Like, what if people are actually like this, that are so set on changing people's ways that they physically think that putting their hands on another person will get their point across, to beat them up, To me, that makes you think of, what about those people that are against, people being transgender, against people being gay, against people being bisexual? Because there are people in this world that think that it's okay that if they beat up that person, that they won't be gay anymore, they won't be bisexual anymore, because, it's a choice and all that stuff. To me, that makes you think, what's the difference between the transphobic person beating up the trans person? Compared to the person who's trans positive, I guess is that a term, who supports transgender people beating up a person who is transphobic. What is the difference there? I don't feel like there being violence involved in any part of this that solves anything. I feel like two people that maybe have different views, as different as they may be, they can still be, they still can be friends. And I think we all need to realize that people are different. I don't think that two people are super alike, not even identical twins. I mean, first of all, identical twins, their DNA may be very similar, but their fingerprints are different. I mean, that just shows you not everybody is very similar, is exactly alike. People can be very similar, like twins can be very similar to each other, but one's twin could be super into, sports, and one could be really into, art, painting or singing or dancing, or, dancing is a sport, but I mean, stuff like that. Why is it that people find the need? I don't understand why people think that violence is the answer. I don't always believe that violence is the answer. Personally, I'm not a fan of violence. Use your words. Make a speech. Don't beat someone up because you don't agree with how they think. Just talk about it with that person. Be like, hey, this is what I think, and this is what you think. Can we come to maybe some sort of agreement, or agree to disagree? Not like, hey, let's beat up each other, or have me beat you up until, you agree with me, or I find that you're beaten to a pummel enough, for today at least. I don't feel like it shows any progress. I don't think that it's really good, because hurting someone, why would you want to hurt someone? Especially if that someone is supposed to be someone that you love. Why beat up your brother? Why beat up your sister? Why beat up your sibling? Your wife, your husband, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your niece, your nephew? Why beat up those people? Because you don't like the way that they think. And spin it around. Why would it be okay for them to beat you up because they don't agree with the way you think? I mean, I guess we could use beat up as a metaphor, beat up with your words, but even still, that could be very offensive. Words can hurt as much as physical punches or physical slaps, or any other horrific thing that you could possibly think of. They could hurt almost as much, if not worse, than a physical hurt. I'm not even going to get into sexual hurt, because that's just too horrific. But because I do know people, and am I friends with these people? Really? No, it's not because I disagree with them, it's just because we're just not friends. But, most of my friends, I mean, at least the ones I've talked to about this, are very okay. They're very LGBTQIA plus, accepting. Very few people that I know are not. Okay, I'm not going to say who they are, but I mean, I don't really care. I mean, the way I like to think of it is, besides, as long as you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting other people, I don't care. Besides all that, when it comes to other people, like if you want to talk about religion or you want to talk about my views of, gay marriage, same-sex marriage, all that stuff, I have no problem talking about it with you. But as long as I get my say and I get to say what I want to say and that you don't come back at me with, like, that's completely wrong, you should die because of that, you should just kill yourself because you think of that way. As long as you're not like that, you're not saying harsh things back to me, I don't care. And I don't feel like other people should really care about what other people think. I mean, I might not, as much as I may not agree with you, agree to disagree, Why not live like that? Agree to disagree. Can that just be a motto for everybody? Agree to disagree? Because I feel like we would be so much happier as people like that. And I understand that there's people in the news, like the woman from Kentucky, she refuses to give marriage license to same-sex couples. Okay, I understand that. Maybe putting her in jail was a bit excessive, as Republicans may think. Why put a woman in jail just because of her religious beliefs? And people think, it's a whole religious issue. Okay, maybe it's not a religious issue. Maybe it is. Whatever. But, okay, maybe not, putting her in jail may not have been the best decision. And maybe giving her job back may not have been the best decision. Or maybe it was the best decision. But why couldn't there be two people in the office in Kentucky, or places where it may be an issue if two people of the same sex want to, or same gender want to get married? Why couldn't there? I mean, as segregated and as that is, if that's the way it has to be, then why can't it be that way? Why can't people in states where, Texas, Wyoming, Ohio, others, Kansas, maybe other states. I mean, I'm just being stereotypical here, but why can't there be two marriage people, marriage license people that are in charge of that? Because if that's really how it has to be, the person who really doesn't care, who really would love to give two people that are of the same sex or the same gender a marriage license so that they can get married and that they could be on the same insurance and all that stuff. And then the other person who may be totally against it. As stupid and as segregated as that is, as I said, as, Plessy versus Ferguson, Madison versus Marbury, black water fountain, white water fountain, black school, white school, white textbooks, black textbooks, that might be. If that's the way it has to be, it's not that segregated if you really think about it, but if that's really the way it has to be, so be it. If that's just going to make more people happy and more people able to get married, why can't it just be like that? Why can't there just be two people? I really don't understand why it can't be like that. And I don't want to be some sort of ignorant girl being, saying like, oh, why not this, why not that, and have people be like, oh, well, it can't be that way, it can only be this way. Well, maybe this way, the way that you're talking about, may not be the best way. And maybe the way I'm talking about may not be the best way. As I said, compromise, agree to disagree, meeting somewhere in the middle. I guess what I'm just trying to say is, why is there so much hate in this world? Why can't two people that love each other, regardless of their skin, what they have in their pants, based on their religion, why can't they get married? I guess that's really, as legal as it is in this country, as illegal as it is in all 50 states, why is it still so hard? Why? So yeah, I guess that's really it. I don't want to rant on any longer, because if I do, then that'll be a bit of a problem. But comment down below and tell me what, your solution would be to this problem. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you so much. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter is at Jill_Bree_music. That's my Twitter. And if you want to send me fan mail, it is JillBreeFanMail@gmail.com. I guess thank you again so much for watching my video. And as I said, comment down below what your solution would be to people that, don't agree with, same-sex marriage, or who in states where people, the marriage license counselor or whatever, they don't agree with it. What would your solution be to that? Would there be two people? Would there be somebody else appointed who is totally fine with it? Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it. But yes, comment down below. And again, thank you so much, and I love you guys. Till next time.